Things are heating up in the search for Brian Dirty Laundrie, with news of some cryptic messages shared on Pinterest, some new tipsters sightings, as well as a new comment from the family as the nation essentially turns its eyes on locating this man. And the media now turning away from the story and using it as a cudgel to call Americans terrible, which is always great to see. If you're new to this channel or you haven't yet, please do consider clicking that red subscribe button down below. It's essentially the only way you'll find my videos, and you'll make my kitty Annie happy. Yeah, see, she meowed. Her meow says subscribe. Now, if you've been following the story, late yesterday, we saw confirmation that it was, in fact, Gabby Petito who was found in Wyoming. And we also were able to determine that her expiration was not of natural causes. And it was not due to a slip and fall. And it wasn't due to an animal. And it wasn't due to, some bad clams, that somebody did that to her. Now, some people out there are standing strong by saying, look, we don't know the facts. We can't go out there and be absolutely 100% sure that Brian is in fact the guy that did this. And I think that that's fair. I think that no matter what happens, he deserves his day in court. And I sincerely hope, for the family's sake, that he gets it. I've changed my mind on whether or not I think they'll find him alive, based on some people's really smart comments on my last video, saying that generally men that hit women are cowards, and they aren't strong enough to execute a self-deletion. And I think that that's probably true. He's probably staying at some roadside motel somewhere, or camped out some place. At some point, he's going to need to get supplies. Unless he can entirely live off the land, which maybe he can do, since he's clearly a camper and a forager and things of that nature. But now, as the media starts to dig into some things, there's been some interesting reports. First, Brian Laundrie reportedly shared a cryptic message on Pinterest. Gabby Petito's missing boyfriend, Brian Laundrie, apparently shared cryptic messages and foreboding images and messages on Pinterest, including one that read, "Don't try to find me. I've escaped my master's wicked clutches." The 23-year-old, who has been named a person of interest in Long Island native's disappearance, posts under the account of B. Laundrie 1197, although it has not been entirely confirmed. But the news outlet noted that the account shares albums with a page belonging to Gabby and also his mother, Roberta. Social media sleuths have opined that their theories and have shared online discoveries about the mysteries have focused on their attention on Pinterest, where Laundrie apparently pinned a post titled, "The Opposite of Lost. Don't try to find me. I've escaped my master's wicked clutches." Reads the post with an image of a purple and pink clouds that appear to have originated from a missing dog flyer in Oregon. Now, I don't know. It doesn't mean anything. I mean, people will also say, it could be nothing. He could be just trying to be a big brain, right? To the others, I say, join me, bite the hand that feeds you. Viva la liberté. Pierre, it adds. It was unclear when that item was posted. Another post in the folder titled My Heart contains a quote from Fight Club that reads, "It's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything." This is not outside of what I would expect a wanderer to post. 5 weeks ago, a post titled Bleak referred to the book Burnt Out and how to cope with autistic burnout. Autistic burnout is when autistic people can't do things they used to because of how little energy they have left. It takes a whole lot of energy to function while being autistic and do basic tasks such as remembering to eat or doing laundry. Burnout leaves us feeling weak and exhausted. One user reportedly noted that the disturbing post with "My baby" inscribed on the headstone and artwork designed by Sasha Strange and the words, "She'll never find a sweet man like me." It adds, let her go, God bless her, wherever she may be. So perhaps you know, they lost a child, and maybe it sent him over the edge. Last night, John Walsh covered the story, and he brought up a very interesting point. John Walsh says he didn't think Brian Laundrie ever went to the Carlton Reserve. I think he was never there. Walsh wondered whether anyone had even seen him since he returned to the family home. John Walsh, host of In Pursuit, joined the search for Brian Laundrie and expressed skepticism over whether anyone actually saw Laundrie in his family home after he returned from the trip. I'm a bit of a different persuasion and different philosophy on going back to the swamp. I think he was never there, Walsh told CNN of the ongoing efforts. Laundrie returned to his family home in Northport, a city near a nature preserve in Sarasota County, on September 1st, 10 days before Petito's family reported her missing. Now, Laundrie refused to assist authorities in the search, invoking his Fifth Amendment right. Something he has a right to do, of course. His attorney, Stephen Bertolino, told reporters that he remained at the family home, but on Friday told them and the public that the family last heard from him a few days prior. Walsh, who previously hosted America's Most Wanted, said he didn't believe Laundrie, whom authorities considered a person of interest in Petito's disappearance, ever went to the Carlton Reserve. His parents and lawyer on the phone bought him 4 days to get out in front of this, he told CNN. I 100% agree with this. He questioned the family's claims that Laundrie had gone to the reserve and described it as unusual that the family found his Ford Mustang and left a note for him to return. In a 60,000-acre preserve, they just found his car, Walsh said, adding that there were reports the car never left the driveway when the family said it did. The police searched the family home Monday and declared it a crime scene. A tow truck removed the car the family said Laundrie drove to the reserve. Investigators could be seen with large cardboard boxes and evidence bags. Walsh, however, said he was more concerned over the lack of reports of anyone even seeing him in the home. Has anyone even seen any confirmation that he was in the house? Walsh said he's been asking reporters, what if he came back with the van? He was there for 10 days. Great amount of time to prepare for an escape. Could have scrapped the van. I'm surprised the FBI finds anything in that van or anything in the house. So 10 days he's in there. Did anyone even see him? Did any neighbors ever actually see Brian? Walsh suggested that the family could have taken a photo of their son next to a newspaper with the date showing proof he was there. All this time, the FBI Northport police have been going on the word of a lawyer, of Bertolino, that he's in the house, and he wasn't surprised when they called up Friday and said he's been gone since Tuesday. Laundrie is considered a person of interest. Well, no, of course he deserves his time in court, but I don't doubt that he did this. But now new tips rolling in. FBI asks for the public help in finding Gabby Petito's fiance, as a new tip emerges about his previous movements. Laundrie in the van. We already know the story in the day sense. So we see, I don't think he's in this nature preserve. I think this is absolutely, unequivocally a red herring. And I think the parents know that he's not in the nature preserve and that he's letting all of these man hours go to waste. And there's just no way. Now, there's a couple witnesses that tell about the interactions with the couple in a series of videos on TikTok. We talked about that. Further evidence also emerged suggesting tension was building between the couple. A man saw the domestic dispute. There's also the 911 recording, of course, and there's multiple text messages going on. I don't know. Now, they've issued a statement. The Laundrie lawyer simply said, you know, may she rest in peace. I don't know why they're issuing any statements whatsoever. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. You know, people are turning against the mom and dad. I understand a parent's, you know, that a parent will want to protect their child and the lengths in which they will go through to do so. But I think that they've exceeded that now, that they've, you know, gone beyond what any reasonable person would do. Here you see, you know, a camper who believes he saw Brian around the time of Gabby going missing. He said he was acting weird. Maybe he had some sort of mental break. I don't know, you know, if he, you know, is bipolar or something like that. It's weird, you know. Schultz told the San Francisco Chronicle on August 26 that she was driving behind a slow-moving white van that later she believed to belong to Petito and Laundrie. When the van pulled over in that area, it wasn't designed to designated pullout. Schultz said she drove off the road to get around. When looking into the car she passed, she noticed the driver, whom she described as a generic white guy, was alone. She also saw the van again on the 27th and 28th without the man or anyone else in it, adding that the group of other campers she was sensed the van didn't belong because it wasn't in a designated parking spot. He was just acting weird, Schultz told the Chronicle. You know, when you're out in the middle of nowhere, your hackles go up when you see something that's out of the ordinary. Schultz said that she saw a straw hat on the dashboard of the van upon a closer look, and she was convinced that the man she saw was Laundrie after a friend sent her a photo with the distinctive hat. My friend texted me a picture of the hat on the dashboard. I just lost my mind, Schultz said. That's when I called the FBI. Guys, look at Spread Creek. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy that they have found her. But again, I don't think that I don't think they're looking in the right area. I'm starting to believe more that the trail cam footage may have been have a bigger chance. You know, like, you see, Laundrie's attorney says Brian is, quote, missing is Gabby Petito's uncle, Rip's lawyer. The attorney representing Brian Laundrie's family tells Fox News on Wednesday that Brian has been missing for a week, and Gabby's uncle released a statement criticizing the lawyer's past comments. On Wednesday, the current whereabouts of Laundrie, the person of interest in Petito's case, remained unknown. Laundrie family attorney Stephen Bertolino said the family is definitely concerned, but we don't want to speculate as to anything more. Gabby Petito's uncle, Steve, spoke out against the law firm representing him, saying, "We don't require nor want your empathy. And by you trying to show compassion here in this moment is beyond disgusting." I mean, look, they're just doing their job. As a lawyer, I just, you know, I don't really get why people would expect anything less. This lawyer is just doing their job. I mean, sometimes you have to represent someone you think is guilty. Now, just a few minutes ago, there's a dive team has been called in to search moves into bodies of water of the Carlton Reserve. So maybe, I don't know. I'm hoping that, you know, that they find it. People are starting to turn on the investigation. You see, you know, what a waste of taxpayer money, resources, and endangering so many people. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like at some point you got to get the parents in and you got to get them to crack, because we're spending millions of dollars searching for this guy that quite frankly could be spent in better ways. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.